I just spent about 3 hours with KOSTA. He's really tired now. He was super happy. I took him to the same place that I always take him to, that I've taken him to for 6 years. I just tried to give him as many kisses as I could. I'm supposed to take him in like an hour or so, and then I get on a flight to go to Costa Rica, and who knows where from there, maybe Brazil or something. But it's so like sad to think that I'm giving up one thing in order for me to have something else. It's not like I could really do anything differently. I can't. Like, I've given him KOSTA literally longer than he can go. It's always like, well, what about one more day? What about one more hour? What about one more night? Like, I've almost wanted to push back my flight again just because I don't want to face that. I don't want to face having to say bye. But I also wanted to think of like life and death. Like, maybe it's the start of something new. Like, and everything, I think everything, no matter what, can be looked at in a positive light in some way. I look at this as like renewal of something else, and a start of something else, and then continuing the energy into something else. And I just don't think that we really know. I mean, we don't really know much about death, and I think that maybe it does go on, and maybe we do get together. Maybe he is with me. Like, who knows? Like, I think that our just conception of it is very, very limited. And I try to think of it as like, he's allowing me to kind of go off and do my own thing. So it's still really hard for me to process. I haven't processed it yet. And I obviously like haven't put him to sleep yet, but I think when the time comes, it's going to be really, really, really hard to process. I mean, obviously, but I don't even know what like half the shit I'm talking about. I still think I'm like, our minds don't even really comprehend the spectrum of what is going on. And I think we can try to rationalize a lot of the stuff and prepare ourselves for a lot of the stuff, but I don't think that we actually have control over like a lot of our emotions. I don't think we have control over how we react 100%. Like, yeah, we can try to look at it certain ways, and we could try to prepare ourselves certain ways. We could try to be aware of certain things, but you're never going to be 100% aware. Like, you never are 100% control of how you react. I think that it's just, there's always going to be other things that are, sometimes your feelings just come up like out of nowhere. Like, I didn't cry until my mom had talked to the spiritual healer, a dog healer, and it was like my mom, the lady picked up the phone and I started crying, and I hadn't cried like at all. And why was it then when she picked up the phone call, it just made me cry? And then throughout the conversation of talking with her, and she was talking to KOSTA, I was crying the whole time, and then I haven't cried since. And then even up to this day, I haven't really cried. But I know that when I get into the vet place, it's gonna be different. I know when we do the actual putting him to sleep, I know it's gonna be different. And then I know there's gonna be days and weeks, people say that they lose their dog and they cry like 10 years later. Like, maybe that, I don't know, is that true? Like, I have a dog. I mean, I lost a dog, but we put him to sleep, but it wasn't like this. It just wasn't, our connection wasn't as deep. I'm just worried that like, I'm trying not to manifest these things, because, you know, when we worry and focus on stuff, we actually are manifesting that, regardless of if we don't want it or if we do want it. What I tried to think is, I am manifesting his energy being brought with my energy, and as he goes, I continue on and excel in all the things that I want to excel at. So imagine all this energy that I was focusing on him, and all his energy is now being trapped within my body as I go on. Like, that energy is just like manifested and formed into other things. That's how I feel about it. I think that's a pretty good way to feel about it. I don't know, but anyways, I ordered KOSTA a huge cake, ice cream cake, so I'm gonna take a picture of that and upload it, and maybe I'll make another video then. Hit subscribe. Hopefully, wish me luck.